Anywho, child, listen. I watch Greenleaf and shit, but I choose to come in here and talk right now about the tater tots. Okay? Because I feel some kind of motherfucking way about tonight's episode. Let me just be clear. Y'all, my little lip is finally fading at 11 something. Almost 12 at night, honey. Just a little bit in her. So, basically, and we know from last week that, you know, the whole blowout that went on with Minnie and not blowout with big-headed ass money and this, that, and the third. So let's just get into this one. So this one, basically, and I just want to talk about the things that stood out to me. One being just the dynamics that's going on between the little tater tots. Y'all know the tater tot, well, y'all know what I call them, honey, the twins. This shit that's going on between them. And I guess this could be an age-old thing, but I'm just kind of taken back by how they are arguing. And I don't care what nobody say. That motherfucking Chris, his ass is a problem. And the one that's pregnant, girl, you keep trying to live in the motherfucking past. You gonna run off like he did. And now that he's coming and he's staying in the house that I'm sure is set up for y'all. Y'all got these apartments set up for y'all so y'all could be on the show down the hall from each other and everything. It wasn't too long ago that y'all were kind of crying about being separate from each other. When she left and went to the Black Bikers Week or whatever. Now he's in there living good and wanting to be in the scene and this, that, and the third, because I know they paying him. As long as he's there, he's getting a little bit of something. Y'all, I'm not buying this shit with him. And I had one love, I think, yeah, I got a sore throat and I'm trying to fight it out. I think they said that he just really couldn't find a job, something, this, that, and the third. It was, you know, I don't know him personally or whatever. There has got to be a shadow, honey, because I was going to say, honey, right up and through there. Anyway, that he, you know, really not a bad guy or whatever. I'm not seeing it that way. He's giving me some other motherfucking teas, and to me, he's coming in between them. Now, I know some people might say, okay, well, you know, that is the baby's father, and, you know, he has the right to be there. That's her man, this, that, and the third. Y'all know as well as I know that motherfucker ain't no good. And on last episode, they was talking about how they got into this argument about him being drunk and having liquor on him and this, that, and the third. And I'm inclined to wonder if the motherfucker is in, well, I don't know, because she would probably say it. You might well say it. I hope he's not being abusive, because I would want to kick his motherfucking ass myself. But how they going back and forth and they not jigging and this, that, and the third. And of course her sister was there for the first baby. That's some of the battle, you know. And then the one that's pregnant is like, well, she's just being that way because she was there. She stepped in when he wasn't there. And I'm sure at some point she's feeling like she's in the middle and she really don't need this stress, supposed to be on bed rest. But I'm going to tell you what the fuck pissed me off. Her sister came in there and that motherfucker stood at that door. Bitch, it couldn't have been me. Because I'd have been like, well, okay, well, can I make her something, a little something real quick, and I'll just go on. I sure the fuck would have went over and said, well, I'm just going to, you know, make her a little something or whatever, and she can have it. And I'd have played it so motherfucking calm and got over and boiled some water and threw it on that bitch. And then he's like, you can't. I was beginning to wonder, you know, if it was me, I'd be like, is my sister all right in there and how is it that she don't hear me? And why was her ass in there? And when the sister came in and said, what y'all arguing about? So you did hear your sister out there talking to him, so you let that shit go on. He can't shield you and protect you. If that's what you think is going on, I'm sorry, I don't think so. I wish, and I have to say this is when you got to be like, I'm going to tell mom and dad. I hope she go home and be like, and like she said, dad wouldn't want it to be this way or whatever. No, they wouldn't. Honey, I would have been on the motherfucking twin phone talking about this motherfucker's ill. I bet you her daddy would have been on the next thing smoking. But honey, little Miss Girl, the one that ain't pregnant, she's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't need no, honey. She's good and feisty, and I'm loving the shit out of her. She's like, whatever. I come in this motherfucker, and she, you know, and they trying to go, you know, arguing back and forth, and then it comes out that when she was with her boyfriend and wasn't answering her sister's calls, You know, that's how you was treating me. And then it's like, you know, and she's like, that's years ago. And, it, you know, I'm just not understanding why all of this stuff is like all of a sudden. And I just feel like he didn't put something in the water, y'all. I'm just, he didn't fuel the fire. I don't give a fuck. You know, and then he's all pissed off when they somewhere taking a picture. She do keep calling. She's like, why you ain't at home? Is he taking care of you? You know, this, that, and the third. That is her man, and maybe you don't need to rule him like that. But if his ass was okay and all right, you wouldn't have to ask those questions. And the bigger thing is this. If your sister hadn't told you about all of his many shortcomings, you wouldn't have no clue to other than him not being there for the other baby. I'm just, y'all, he's getting on my nerves. I just want him to disappear. I do. And then I was like, I wish her boyfriend would have went over there with her. But then I said, no. Because if he would have took that posture and got in front of that door and seen his, you know, his girl feeling whatever way, then they probably would have been in there scrapping. So it probably would have made it different. But when my honey, if I'd have came home crying any kind of way, he'd have been like, what the fuck? Huh? You know. But I'm not feeling this, y'all. I'm not feeling the way shit's going. But let me get off of that because we done had that, and just bringing them back in again. Just talking about what I want to talk about. Well, no, I'll talk about Minnie. So Minnie decides that she wants to meet up with her half sister. Half sister comes in town, meets her. You know, they meet each other for the first time. Her mom is there, and they meet and hug, and they were very welcoming of her. She went on to explain that her mother's mother, her grandmother, is the one that told him that's not your baby. That is fucked up. And I felt so bad for Minnie, and I felt horrible for her mother. And her mother was like, well, that was just kind of like a get out of taking care of her free card. You know what I mean? But I still feel like shouldn't he wanted to know. But of course he was like, well, shit, her mama's telling me that. So, hey, but why you so eager to go? And why just now are y'all, you trying to act like you want to meet up with her? Because y'all, when they was on that motherfucking phone and he's like, oh, I wasn't buying that shit. I don't know, y'all. I don't think he really wants to see Minnie, you know, and I think it's just, you know, forced. I think the sister means well, you know, and she's probably a little tight of her dad too. Like, how can you not want her? You know, it's not her fault. Especially after you found out. So y'all, I'm not feeling the dad or whatever, but I am glad that her and the sister got together. Now, with that said, at one point, Juicy baby, her ass, she done met up with her PR, and she's having one of the twins come and one of the cheeks. And they talking about Juicy gonna have a book, a spread, this, that, and the third. She just being regular old Juicy. So when they come in, the PR girls is like, well, do y'all strip? Then they start saying, well, maybe we can get y'all with some dogs and horses and this, that, and the third. And the one twin, she's like, what is the circ? This old no? This old mess, honey? She was like, we don't do that. We twerk. And I thought that was, I don't know, y'all. Is it me? Leave it below. Do y'all feel like that was insulting to them? Now, they said they twerk, and everybody that twerk ain't no motherfucking stripper. Now, girl, I didn't start addressing you in that motherfucking short jumpsuit you had on, bitch. And let me just tell you something. A camel toe is never needed. Everybody can't wear the jumpsuit. High booties and high hips and shit. It never works out, honey. Go back. And don't nobody want to be doing this all motherfucking day. You, girl, when you, no, girl, I know them draws and shit funky and them, girl. Oh, Lord, y'all, woo, I can't, I can't, oh, Lord, I can't. Girl, y'all went through, and I felt bad for them, but but the twin, they kind of held it down and was trying to be business-like, but I felt that was insulting. And I felt like if they were strippers, maybe Juicy would have said that's what they do. But Juicy probably told them, well, they twerk and do appearances. Come on now. So every other little person you see that's not Juicy is a stripper. Show asses down. Let's move forward. Juicy decides that she wants to invite them to church because she's very active in her church, and who don't want to get dressed up this, that, and the third. In the middle of that, Juicy, the twin that's when she's telling her about, okay, what's going on with you and your sister, and she's kind of like, we ain't jigging right now, and every time she talks about it and she's not with her sister, I just feel like she wants to break down. Okay, moving on along, and let's backpedal to the bowling alley, to bowling ball head ass Money. Girl, you and your boo, y'all went to the little, we have those here too, they be crowded, those little trucks or whatever. Y'all went there, and you talking about, how could Minnie say this, that, the third, you going through your whole shit with your purple bang wig on, flipped up bun, And it's like when you're talking, I'm like, oh, girl. Then you're going to say, and I'm not doing it for Minnie. My son might want to know. And I've been wondering where her son's at. So it turns out her son's with his dad, and he is a average sized person. So she's going to, she decides to go and do it. And her fiance, he talks with more sense than she has. But I'm not understanding why, even though I think, there might be some issues there or whatever. But he was telling us, so, maybe Minnie's feeling some kind of way. Because, bitch, you did ask old girl to be your matron of honor, your maid of honor, bitch. And you was flaunting that shit around. And, honey, you got your ass clamped at that picnic table. And you left like you always do and talk about, on the one episode, you don't want to get monetized and this, that, and other. Bitch, I'll be to hit you in your motherfucking face, bitch. Throw anything on me, bitch. If I think you thinking about it, bitch. Who the fuck you think you out throwing food and shit on people? And I know your ass is crazy as hell throwing shit in your own motherfucking house. You little big bowling ball head, bitch. Listen. So she decides she gonna go and do it, and she takes Juicy with her. Now they go and she's like, I don't want to do the needles and all of that, and but she do want to find out. They take the blood, y'all. When he gave her and told her you do have some form of dwarfism, when that motherfucker said, aha, and gave Juicy a high five, bitch, I was cooked. First of all, you went in and said, I'm not doing this for Minnie. But as soon as you find out you got 1% dwarfism in you, you like, I can't wait to tell her. Like, bitch, please. That's like me going to the doctor and him saying, yeah, it's official. You fat. Like, I'm being, ha, yes, bitch. I'm fat like the what? Bitch. Oh, baby, when you did that, I knew your motherfucking ass was just fucked up. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure some of the other, and y'all, was it me? Did Juicy kind of have this look on her face, even when she gave a high five, like, yeah, bitch, we are doing, yeah. All right, bitch. I got a little taste of that, but oh, Lord. Look, y'all not digging her motherfucking big-headed ass at all. At all. But I'm glad you found out, and the test will be back and give you the full details, and you can let your son know. But you in there talking about you gonna tell Minnie, and Juice is like, not at the church, not at the church. Well, I guess I gotta be, girl, get somewhere and sit down. I don't even want to talk about you anymore because it's just not needed. You really not needed, and I've discussed you as long as I'm going to this evening. I don't give a fuck what other scenes you had, bitch. We're gonna act like you wasn't there. So they gonna go after church, honey, get the good word, yes. Well, honey, it's time for mimosas. You Juicy's like, yes, mimosas. Girl, get the praise and then get us some mimosa, huh? I was like, really? Now, y'all didn't wait no time. I'm just saying. So, at one point, Minnie and her sister goes out. Well, y'all, let me backtrack. When they was going to the church and Minnie came up with her sister, y'all, you see Money sitting there like, Money is an old hating ass bitch. She is, y'all. Y'all see how she was looking at her like, just girl, get, Bitch, I said I wasn't gonna talk about you no motherfucking more, but I had to throw that in there. You, girl, in them motherfucking hats, bitch. Bitch, you sure those are not them motherfucking beanbag chairs? You know, you just in fuck, bitch. I don't know, cause I just don't know when I've seen a hat that big. Well, Oprah's got a big, and I got a big head, but bitch, it's something about you and them motherfucking hats and having them braids and. Oh, y'all, let's move forward. And I said, Minnie done called her dad, and he did say, well, I love y'all too, but it was initiated by the other daughter, and it's like, Minnie's like, yeah, and she was so happy when he said yes, that, you know, he would, you know, it's time for them to meet. Am I the only one that's concerned with them meeting up? I'm just saying, I'm concerned, and like her mother said, you know, I don't want her feelings to be hurt or whatever the case may be, but I'm a little concerned about that. You know, I don't know, you know, she done said things she shouldn't have, but she don't deserve to be hurt like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, y'all. It really is not a whole lot, but I did want to come in and talk about it. And I wanted to know, am I the only one that's feeling some kind of way about what's going on between the twins? Like, about Chris. I'm like something. Yeah, I'm feeling some kind of way because I think it's terrible. They sisters and love each other. And some will say they need to be the ones to work it out, but they could work it out if he get out of the way. And then the fact that he went out of his way to tell her she don't want you to be in the delivery room and all of that. He did that to hurt her. He said that to her to hurt her, you know. But I'm going to say this, which we see what's going to happen on down the road. His motherfucking ass going to leave anyway. You're going to realize that motherfucker didn't have your back and your sister did. You there in Atlanta, y'all got each other like your mother said. Y'all two got each other. That, you know, it is what it is. When it's all said and done, and then when this baby girl come, y'all really all she got. I'm not trying to exclude him, but he just seems to be so fucking wishy-washy. You know, so I don't know, y'all. I'm just not here for him. And the shit he's trying to put down, I'm not. So y'all leave y'all thoughts on that shit. Let me know what y'all think, and I'm gonna get this green leaf up. I want to look at it again, y'all. I found myself like just looking off, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to next episode, but I don't know. But I'm gonna get it up. Last episode was ever since, you know, the pastor got out of jail, since that episode, I've just been kind of like, it's a little lackluster. You know, and I guess, y'all, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to get back in it. I'm so glad Oprah, even though it's the last episode, she's going to be in that one. And her and the motherfucking first lady going to have words. And I seen the bitch when she said, you mother, you childless whore. Honey, I would have cleaned the first lady from the rooter to the tutor. Do you hear me? I would have laid hands on her. Anywho, y'all, I will be back. I got a couple of, you know, videos to do, but I'll be back in here. But please leave y'all thoughts on what y'all think about what's going on with the twins. Like, y'all, I'm like, even though they done shot this and all of that, I'm worried. With that being said, y'all, do y'all know that wait a minute. I did not mention, wait a motherfucking minute. Let me talk about the baby, and Lord rest his soul, the baby daddy, you know, the one, the right cheek. You know, his motherfucking girl, get away from him. Get away from him. That motherfucker he's missing all the cards in the deck, bitch. It's just an empty motherfucking box. Now, anytime you would haggle over letting your child have this trach or whatever so he can breathe, and y'all just hearing her talk about how he couldn't really, you know, his eyes was just oh Lord, I just Lord have mercy, that sweet baby, honey. But God got him back. But honey, his daddy's crazy as hell. And then she was like, well, for a little person this happens. He's like, but I did, I'm not a little person or whatever. Little, big, whatever. People have had traits. Sit your motherfucking ass down. He got on my nerves. Now, she had a better conversation with his mother. She understood totally, and I got what she was saying. And y'all, it just feels so strange because the baby's gone. You know what I mean? Like, we watching it, but he's gone. Anyway, y'all, don't let me shit, child. I was about to get, okay, y'all know much love will break down now. Yeah. And my heart just goes, and I have to say it goes out to both, honey, but I'll be glad not to ever see him again. And people been dragging her for mud saying they don't think, she should have been making videos or doing anything or whatever she's doing on her social media. She should be grieving harder than what she is. Well, you motherfuckers out there that think you hold the motherfucking griever-meter need to back your ass the fuck up. Back up like, people always, implementing themselves and shit that don't, let her handle what she needs to handle. She may be doing whatever she's doing to stay busy. So she can only grieve to make it look good to y'all. The fuck out of her. Anywho, y'all, I didn't mean to leave that out. I just, oh Lord, I beat and broke down, y'all. Let me get up off of her. Y'all, please leave y'all thoughts below. Answer the questions, leave y'all thoughts below. Don't forget, this is almost the end of the month, okay? For your summer fragrances, they gone. They gonna be gone. So, if you have some you want to get, click that link below. For anybody who wants to join, I get that enhanced kit. Click that link. Click on join and come on and get on my team. Either way. I'd love to have you on my team. I'd love to have you as my customer, But anywho, y'all, I'm out of here. Much love.